The original Soul Sonic Force was Mr. Biggs, Pow Wow, Glow, Jazzy J. We was trying to do that whole family of funk or family of hip-hop, like James Brown when he had the family of soul, or George Parliament Funkadelic had in Parliament. Could be 5 or 6 on the stage at the same time with my head.
Being on that stage that time, we almost felt like we was targets from our past, like, you know, because we were all gang members. That time was that time. You know, that time was over. It's time to move on. Everybody grew up. And now it's time to make music.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to induct Mr. Biggs, Pow Wow, G-L-O-B-E, the Soul Sonic Force.
What is the Zulu Nation?
Zulu Nation is a large, huge body of young adults who are trying to succeed in life, who are trying to survive in this type of system, and it's made up of rappers, graffiti artists, people that's into breakdancing.
The elements of hip-hop go beyond the dance to the streets where artists take a chance. In the Bronx, where young men on the go paint trains and walls like Picasso.
The Zulu Nation, founded by Africa Bambaataa in the 1970s, is a hip-hop movement and cultural organization that promotes knowledge, unity, peace, and the 4 elements of hip-hop.
Every area had their own little crew, their own little posse, but it was only one crew that everybody wanted to get with.
Right.
And that was the Zulu Nation.
The Soul Sonic Force is an American electro, funk, and hip-hop group that was led by Africa Bambaataa.
In the gangs, you had a lot of negative, and we took the energies of the negative and tried to change it around and bring positive into the organization by giving you hip-hop, by getting brothers and sisters to start rapping, to start breakdancing, to start believing in themselves, to start having knowledge of self and knowledge of others.
All the Soul Sonic cause we're the boss, and we got the force to back up the melody, the harmony with 3 MCs.
The Soul Sonic Force made an impact when they released Planet Rock in 1982. This global smash changed the musical direction hip-hop was heading in at the time.
It was a sound that no one was used to hearing with these 808 drums, you know. A lot of rap artists back then used live drummers.
Planet Rock dropped in 1982. So everything 79, 80, 81 was based on, you know, anything that was funky and danceable, rap groups would emulate that by going into the studio with a band.
So the electronic sound I always felt was gonna be the music of the future. And I was heavy into groups like Yellow Magic Orchestra, Kraftwerk, and Gary Newman, but I said there's no real black funk or black rock group that's doing this style of music. And we went in the studio with the 808, with the synthesizer, and put this music together with my group, the Soul Sonic Force, and thus became the birth of the Planet Rock sound.
We were big Kraftwerk, Funkadelic fans, like, you know, that's where all our costumes come. We wanted to be the Funkadelic of hip-hop.
The vocoder voices in Planet Rock to have that spacey feel. The TR-808.
We didn't have a drum machine, and we knew this track needed a drum machine. I had done all the other raps I had done, records I had done was all live music and drummers. And we decided we needed a drum machine. Me and Bambaataa did the beats, and he inputted them into the 808.
This was all electronic music. So this is Arthur Baker and John Roby taking a TR-808 drum machine, programming these beats. John Roby playing these chords and synthesizer pieces, some of them heavily based on Trans-Europe Express by Kraftwerk. But what it did, it caused a new subgenre, which we called electro funk.
A lot of people thought it was going to be crazy. They said, what's this type of music you're making? What's this hippity-hoppity stuff?
The Soul Sonic Force, Mr. Biggs, Pow Wow, and MC Glow, we emphasize the show.
Biggs, Globe, and Pow Wow delivered a unique flow, not comparable to any other MCs at the time.
Globe is the masterpiece. He came up with the blueprint. Things he could do with a rhyme, it's just crazy.
We were so into what we had done, we didn't know what the outcome was going to be. We were just relieved that it was over. We knew that something was going on in that room.
Basically, like, either this record is going to be a hit or it's going to be a flop. And the grace of God, like, the record took the world by storm.
When we went overseas, they followed us.
CIA followed us everywhere. They thought we was the new Black Panther, because every time Planet Rock on, the youth would just go crazy. The record was so powerful and so strong, they was playing it backwards, listening to messages like, what are we doing?
Planet Rock, from the United States to overseas, was the perfect record, you know.
They put out a couple more records, you know, after that, looking for the perfect beat, which might be just as good as Planet Rock, and then Renegades of Funk and several others.
With Soul Sonic Force and hip hop, we brought it together. We brought everybody together. And I think that's our legacy, was peace and love, like, throughout the world.